I'm very excited about this trip this year. When we came back from Cuba in April, that desire in my heart to go back and to serve to Cuban women, it was just the desire. And then as we were praying and talking about it, it's like, okay, this is the 2-day getaway for women, and that's the 2-day that we want to bring them together and pour into them spiritually and to serve them. This vision just started developing and growing, and then God brought the team of wonderful women together, and since then that little seed, that little vision started accelerating even more. I love that this year church is a part of it. Like, I don't want our team just to go, because it's not us. Like, we're not going as human beings. We're going because we are sent, right? And we want to be sent by the church. We want to be commissioned to go.
I just felt with going last year, just the relationships that were built there and just meeting the people and the families and seeing the need for the women and the workshops that they're missing out on and just the advice that they need. And so this year it was just like right away God was like, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm just calling you and you're just supposed to go.
I think the main reason I want to go back is because I made friends there. I think lifetime friends. They're going to be, I was so impressed by the people there. They're so friendly, so nice. I wanted to go back because I wanted to show them that basically I'm committed to having a relationship with them, that it wasn't a one-time thing.
Encouraging women's ministry is really something that's important to me. It's my mother was involved in women's ministry my whole life growing up, and it really just, I think her passion became contagious. To be able to bring people items, donations in person is incredible. We've met from the church and we're building closer relationships, so I'm building closer relationships with the ladies in the church, which is great too, because I not only want that church to flourish in Cuba, but I want our home church to flourish too, and the way that we do that is to connect to each other.
We're getting to know one another, but we're getting to know each other on an intimate level, which I think is so great when you're going to be serving together. I mean, when we get to Cuba, we're going to be totally in the deep end, you know, so you know God's a part of it because Satan is so busy.
There's just something that's, I think even everyone in the team has just felt like this shifting and even this resistance. And you just know that, okay, this has to be good. Like, this has to be, you know, if there's this resistance, there has to be something that God's gonna do that the enemy doesn't want to see happen, right? And especially just with the women in Cuba, they don't have the same kind of voice that we have. So just being able to empower that and encourage that voice, that there's people on the other side of the world that are praying for them and wanting to love them and show them that love.
Cuba's just in a lot of need. From what we are hearing from the pastors there, from the women there, from the ladies who went to all the churches last year, just the need is great. They love Jesus with all their hearts, but they are lacking physical, just supplies, basic needs.
I want them to know it doesn't matter that, you know, we have all the things that they don't have. It doesn't matter if you have things, like things don't make your walk with God easier. God's still good. And even though things happen, that he's still good. And God's not different whether you're in Canada or whether you're in Cuba, right? Like, he stays the same.
I think a lot of them, they just want somebody to listen to their story and to just what they feel their heart is telling them. They want us to pray for them as a church. I mean, they're praying for us here, and so they want us to pray for them as well. And it's amazing because you go and you expect that you're going to give so much, and yet you receive so much from these women.
God has been doing something wonderful through this process from the very beginning, and we are not in the end yet. We're preparing, we're anticipating, we're planning, but we all know that we don't really know what's going to happen in Cuba. And that's when we need to know that we are sent, that we're not going by ourselves, that the Holy Spirit is going to go with us. I think it's about the obedience, just going.